3 for Jack Keeper in terms of years overall and years coaching. Opening tap control by the Flashes.
Well, you're going to see Lawrence North come out, start man-to-man. They'll get good pressure. And one of the big things about them is they're going to try to really work you hard and make you make decisions and take you into pressure and try to get a lot of as many hands and bodies on the ball as they can.
Kyle James has it slapped into the backcourt by Alonzo Bass, and he'll walk it across the timeline and reset it. He might want to step across there. Now he does. Beatty wanted to play a little high-low, travel.
They'd like to set a lot of little on big screens for him. Guards will screen for him and make you have to make a decision. Lawrence North will switch a lot of those screens, and they do it and do it well.
Franklin Central got here 65-62 over Pike. A game they led big, but Pike made a strong run in the fourth quarter, just couldn't close it out.
When you play a Lawrence North, Mark, if you're Franklin Central, that's one of the things you have to do. Get help on the post. Get there as quick as possible. Help on the post. You got to have 5 white shirts on the glass.
Lob to Beatty over Van Treese.
Had a lot going on his mind. Saw the pressure coming. Got the extra step in. But they clearly have to work inside out. That's what's gotten them where they are, and that's their guy right there.
No score yet. 6.5 to play in period 1. Van Treese, strong drive to the bucket over Beatty. Throws it up a little short. Rebound controlled by Patrick. Here comes Franklin Central in transition. Kyle James pushes it up a little bit. Beatty, three-pointer, top of the circle, yes.
That's something we didn't see earlier today, Mark. He took one three-point shot, but you like him in that transition where he's the trailer and can just catch and put up a shot from 3.
15-footer on the baseline, one and done for Lawrence North.
You can already see that he's much more assertive in tonight's game than he was earlier in the day. He really got a bad start. It was 0 for 7 at one point, but certainly is smooth right now.
Yeah, his only 2 points of the first half came from the free throw line on 2 of 4 shooting. He and Marcus Teague both struggled in that ball game.
We talk about, though, Franklin Central being a situational breaking team. There's one where they had the secondary. Now they just come in and they're going to lock in and play you at half court.
Now, work the perimeter. They're looking at Beatty, but they can't find him. Kyle with a couple of dribbles now. Alonzo Bass with a pressure defense.
Well, you see the plan. You're going to try to play front and back. Somebody, and you're going to front him, going to play behind him.
Slotted that one off the backboard. That should have been a goaltend.
You got to get the call right.
5.5 to play in the first period. Franklin Central with the early advantage.
Well, again, this game's going to be back and forth, but you'd like already pace. We talk about pace and tempo. You like it if you're Franklin Central. But you can try to work both posts with Ferguson and Van Treese. You got the 3 wing players who can do things. Those 2 post guys can step off and do a lot of things too.
A lot of white shirts clogging up the middle.
Well, you look, your pickup point is right at the arc. That's where you're going to try to find them. You're not going to get out and put a lot of pressure on the ball. Your idea is to get 5 white shirts in that lane when the ball is below the free throw line.
Quick three-pointer, bingo, dial it up. Now only a 2, I guess, for Justin Martin.
I love his game. I love his stroke. Nice, fluid, in rhythm, 6'7", long. Does a lot of things. You can see why he's headed to Louisville.
Nothing wrong with the defense
Not
there.
at all. Not at all.
Lob to Beatty is a little deep. He tries to track it down, stepped on the out-of-bound line.
And they're going to expect the opposite defender to get back in that lane. And you look for Franklin Central to attack by maybe skipping it to the other side, quick reversal to the other side, and then dump it into Beatty.
Bass slows the pace a little bit. Looks for Ferguson. Dominique shuffled the feet, got away with it. Makes the bounce pass baseline left. Bass thought about 3. Ferguson wants to drive. He'll dial up 3. No. Beatty fights for the rebound with Van Treese. Van Treese controls it, and it's stolen away.
Well, that's your guy. That's your guy, Coons.
No
you
doubt
like
about
him,
that.
and the reason why you like him is because you can't beat it. Best seat in the house.
We are right at the midcourt stripe.
Can't beat it. Best seat in the house. 2 great basketball teams.
Kyle James between the rings.
Well, they've got a little change in the assignments. They've gotten out of assignments now. They've got Ferguson guarding Kyle James.
Pulls up from 12, rolls around and in.
Well, and he took advantage of it. So he had the big guy, put it on the deck, got inside, a little floater for 2.
Beatty with a block. Coons in transition. Runs it to James, back to Coons. Top of the circle, Beatty. Swing it to Widener.
Well, now they're just settling in, 4 out, 1 in. Take what they can.
Kyle James, the kick to Coons for 3, no. Rebound to Van Treese. They'll want to run, but there's Coons to knock it away. He does so, though, into the hands of Justin Martin. Now Alonzo Bass says, let's settle down a little bit.
Absolutely. You like the Bass and Coons matchup. Two talented point guards. Two guys who are very, very integral parts of the success of their respective teams.
Taylor, three, no.
You know, earlier today, Franklin Central got a big lift off its bench.
Ferguson in traffic. Mark James lobbying his case, realizing the importance of Patrick Beatty to his ball club success.
Don't be surprised if they now go zone.
Three-pointer baseline, bodies flopping to the floor, no call. Coons has it kicked and will start over.
Lawrence North might get without Beatty in the lineup. I mean, 2.5 minutes or so in the first half, you're going to try to play, the rest of this quarter and get into 3 or 4 minutes of the second quarter without Beatty. And similarly, here's Lawrence North going to the press at half court.
A lot of contact there, no call. The drive and the kick. Three-pointer on the way, no. Rebound fought for, tapped out, controlled by Justin Martin.
Now's when you have to be much more efficient on your offense if you're Franklin Central. You got to get scores. You got to do what you have to do, take as much time. And you got to come down, you got to make sure you don't lose people. They're still still working hard inside.
Martin looks for Van Treese. They can't find him. They'll come baseline instead.
Well, they're trying to front him, and they're doing a great job with Brian Higdon trying to front Van Treese. The matchup is John Goodlow on Dominique Ferguson.
Bass works it left, under 2 minutes to play in the quarter. 7-2 the score. Franklin Central does not mind Lawrence North being this patient on offense.
And they're perfectly content with this, to be honest with you. They really are.
Bass, the entry pass stolen away by Kyle James into the hands of Casey Coons. Baseline. Franklin Central, Coons, the kick. Three-pointer, Kyle James, bingo.
You got it against the zone, Mark. You called it. Penetrate the kick. Kyle James spotted. Now they're going to stay man. Somebody's got to find Martin.
Three-pointer, Justin Martin. He has 5.
I mean, he's a big play player, and you look at where they put him out on top on the zone too. I mean, he's a multi-dimensional basketball player.
Coons
got the big future ahead of him, without question.
Deep in the backcourt, Coons with the
still
basketball.
Zone. We saw a lot of this zone, obviously, earlier today from Lawrence North in their match. That's just a tough pass to have to make because they closed you out quickly.
Martin gets undercut. He'll go to the line for 2. Good look at him there. Free throw is good.
Ferguson and Van Treese inside. They've done a great job of getting quick and early help with a number of white shirts. Now you see him move the press up. And
got off to a good start with 5 points. He's been parked since, though.
Well, again, if you're Franklin Central, you got to take care of the basketball against this press. They're long, they're lean. You got to throw post, just what they did. But you got to get out it and continue to move the basketball, make good decisions.
Coons drives, goes baseline. Now they'll kick it out, swing it. Open 3, no. Rebound fought for, controlled underneath, put up and in. Credit John Goodlow.
How about the sophomore? Right place, right time. Great reaction, but it was kept alive. That's the big thing. Get a hand on it, keep it alive.
Clock down to 3. Larry Smith needs to hurry. Baseline drive and a bump. They say no. Played 1 quarter of basketball. Good one brewing here at Hinkle Fieldhouse. 12-7 Franklin Central.